I'm JoJo. I'm the executive chef of Serea in the Hotel del Coronado and Lionfish in the Pendry Hotel. We're gonna break down a local California halibut. We're gonna start off right here, little cut, being very gentle to go around the gills and the collar. We usually bring it all the way down to about right here. Same thing with this. Come straight through the back and right through the backbone. Then we're gonna flip it. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. We're gonna make that same cut, make sure everything is nice and loose through right here. Since we already removed the backbone, we're gonna come through the collar. We're gonna stick our finger in here. And we're gonna remove these egg sacs. A lot of people will scale something to fillet it, but we're gonna be dicing all the fillet. We're not gonna use any of the skin. And now, take it all off in one piece. I start off by marking my tail on both sides, so I know I have an ending point. There's this line that follows all the way through right here to the backbone. You're gonna go straight through right there. You're gonna follow this line all the way back. What you're doing is you're running your knife along the spine bone, which are these little knuckles right here. Then we're gonna run straight along the backbone. Long strokes, which you always wanna do. Long strokes. So what I do is I go straight through his back piece and I just follow my knife. There's one fillet. The only difference between this side is the rib cage on this. I break it through there. Same exact thing we did on that side, but I break it and I'll push. Long strokes again. Back to those long strokes. Halibut is a two-sided fish. So most of the time there's fish that are round. This is a flat fish, but it's gonna have loins on both sides of it. There's gonna be four. There's gonna be the spine bone that comes down this way. Same on the opposite side. So it's gonna be pretty much twinned off on one side as the other. So run straight down the backbone, and then we're right back to that backbone. Now that we have that, we're gonna do the exact same thing as we did on the other side. Long strokes. Break through this backbone again. I've used this thing for 8 years. It's definitely not a cheap deba, but I actually got this at Corin, and the guys at Corin were like, you just butcher too much fish, pretty much. Where they're like, you're better off just buying an American style deba. I usually use different knives for different tasks, obviously. This knife specifically, I like using Ninox. Their deba just feels better to me. I feel like they're really, really, really strong. I needed a workhorse deba because we blow through so much fish at both restaurants that this Ninox deba has just been the greatest knife I've ever had. There's Deborah and there's Debbie. This is Deborah right here. You could hurt somebody with this knife for sure. This you can use for stocks and stuff. Usually halibut's the best thing to use. These always are good for fumets because fumets you want them to be nice and clean, not a lot of oil. Halibut doesn't have a lot of oil inside of it. Most of the time you want to go against the grain when it comes to slicing, but if you go with the grain when it comes to skinning, you're gonna get a lot closer. You're not gonna lose as much meat. We have one fillet, but I usually loosen up this piece right here. This all just peels right off. You could cut right here too, like that. Move this rib cage. I'll cut into pieces that I know that my knife are about the same size. That way it's just easier to dice like this. So what we do next is we salt the fish. A little bit of kosher sea salt. We let it sit in the fridge for about 2 to 4 hours, depending on how salty you want it. Salting the fish is curing the fish. What it's doing is it's adding salt to it, and it's also drawing out some moisture. We're gonna make our ceviche. In our marinade, we have coconut milk, lime juice, lemon juice, and a little bit of yuzu. You wanna let this marinate for about an hour or so it kind of cures it a little bit more because of the acid. I like mine a little bit more on the raw side. Some people like it a little bit more on the cooked, but personally I like mine raw. We're gonna add cucumbers, avocado, and a little bit of picked cilantro. corn. Squeeze of just a tiny bit of lemon. And we're gonna mix. Now we're just gonna plate it. We're gonna finish it with a little bit of pickled chilies and onions. A couple sprigs of cilantro for some color. Tiny bit of sea salt. A little bit of blanched cilantro, oil. We blend it till it's warm with just oil and let it drip through a coffee filter. We get corn tortilla chips, cook them over a wood grill till they're nice and crunchy, and dehydrate them for just a little bit in the oven. That's our start to finish, breaking down a halibut and turning it into ceviche here at Serea.